Good day to all everybody. Wish high aid blessing. Wish high aid blessing to you on way. Today I have a time a little. I would like to talk about the subjects of the Buddhist religion, which the Thailand people realize, or the way of life of the Thai people with the Buddhist religion. Maybe you can to have some image in your mind with the Thailand people, Thailand country, and maybe make you some more understanding to the Thailand and the people in this country. Thailand has accepted Buddhist religion to become our religion since time. Everything since the beginnings on of them are pattern for the religions that is why. Don't be confused why Buddhist religion is important to the people. Israel. From the time of birth until death, from the cradle to the grave, from the birth to the die, from birth until death. It shows in our custom, ceremony at the birthday to the become a monk, waiting and prayer to spirits. Since Thailand was not yet developed as now, people as like for the more concerned with the temple and monk than anything else. That is why temple seems to be the place for everyone who has problem and needs help in discussing that problem. The monks are the one who to the contractor communicates between the people because the people believe and respect fully to the monk. The monk also has many positions such as teacher, doctor, prepare religions, ceremony, and meditator to help people to communicate. This is we talked about before the past time already. Before in the Thailand country, temple and the monk very important, but now not like that. Before, temple like to be school, like to be the more hotels, like to be the justice, and like to be hospital. Because before all the children must be to go to the temple for school, the monk be teacher. and everyone depart from the house, from the village, from home to another place. If have no people to know in that place, in that province or in that district, you can to sleep and eating in and sleep in that temple. Temple like to be the hotel. Not pay any $1, not pay any $1. Live, eat, free of charge. This good one for the sourcing before. But now we have hotel already. And one who gets sick or fever go to temple. The monk have the herb juice medicine to help the people. And one who fallen and wife and husband fallen among themselves. Everybody cannot give justice. The monk and teaching to them to make understanding and to discuss for this problem. And the temple same the store for the equipment for social. Everything have in the temple. If one who to use equipment and go to borrow from the temple, from the monk. In the past, not many years ago, the country did not have school as today. Therefore, parents must send their son to the temple for studying, no matter whether rich or poor, no matter whether rich or poor. The monk has to be the teacher in the both children study and religions. Most students, after receiving their degree and religious training, feel close to the love, the temple. Because of this, the monks are the base for the teaching. Sometimes monks have to be the doctor to look after the sick people who came to the temple when they were sick. Since long ago, the monk has been experts in the preparing medicine from the roots of tree or herb juice medicines. Some monks have had special way to take care of the people, sometimes using magics learned from the previous teacher. We will now discuss the countless goods about the Buddhist religion. Our religion has the help to build Thailand and had force people to love each other and to protect the country. We are proud to say that Thailand has protected. Thailand has protected itself in war and has not lost to or belongs to the another, because the peoples of Thailand believes in the Buddhist religions. Thai people believes in the monk and follow the Buddhist teaching. That is why religion is important and serves our country to be free from the beginning until now. Sometimes even our one country gets into problem. Even our own country gets into problem, but the people always depends on the Buddhist religions to help them. Otherwise, the enemy who tries to take over the country and destroy our government and our religions would win many ties to the break up and make a bad picture, to make our religion look best by trying to use the newspaper, radio and TV. They experience the news trying to make a small problem and become to the big, a small problem into the last one, and confuse the people into losing their beliefs in our religions. They hope the people will get tired of the religions, no longer accept it, and do not pay attention to prayer. This is important also. And Buddhist religion is the place civilization, country, tradition and custom. Thailand has been accepted for having a wonderful country. Peoples of different nationality and different language and decides to visit our country. The world has called Thailand country the smiling country, or sometimes Thailand is land on smiling and giving pardon country. Sometimes they talk Thailand is land of the yellow robe, the land of yellow robe country. This is correct, as we can see other country and people who show no signs of smiling. This may be due to politics or business that make the other people not able to smile. But for Thai people to always smile, this must come from the happiness. This is shows at the Songkran or Thai New Year, Loi Katong, and bowing and saluting and the people. And this comes from the power of the Buddhist religion. Powerful of Buddhist religion is in the blood of Thai people. And powerful of the Buddhist religion, and this is why Thailand has respect from the world. We have the best country as the bowing and saluting look soft and beautiful, spectacular in the eyes, and everyone who has seen it. Buddhism is the place of the beginnings architecture, painting, and image of the Buddha. Whatever country which believes in the Buddhist religion, such as India, Tibet, China, Burma, Laos, Cambodia, and Thailand. 8. In this country, all way has been in the Buddhist way. They are big and strong, and will be there forever. Most are beautiful and unbelievable, like a temple. We are not going to talk about another country, as we will point out to you, particularly Thailand. Just the important place, the historical place, where chance to be the tourist center, are mostly the temple. For instance, Wat Phakeo. In English, Emerald Buddha Temple. Wat Phu Khao Thong, Wat Prathas Pranom, Wat Prathom Chedi, Wat Prasi Mahathas, Wat Prathas Doi Suthep, Wat Prathas Halipun Chai, and so on. Its temple is gorgeous and unbelievable, good for looking and study of history. This is discussing just parts of the century of the Ratanakosin of Bangkok or Kungthep, and not including with the other century at the century of Sukhothai and Ayutthaya, or the old one, Srikhotama century, Srikhotama Empire, beside of Mekong River, northeastern part of Thailand. That's very close in the old century. Srikhotama this means to the beautiful country and calming country from the Buddhist religion teaching. This is the center at the Nakhon Phanom or Sogol Nakhon and Ubon Ratchathani. This Srikhotama century or Srikhotama Empire. This is the spiritual enlightenment land before, but we not talk about that. We talk about a century of the Ratanakosin, not century of another. It has so much that it has the word says in the Ratanakosin, a hen fly not falling to the ground. A hen fly not falling to the ground because temples are everywhere. Too much temple. Everything that has been discussed, it just part of the story. In fact, Buddhism has given a lot of things, more than we could think of or could talk about. But after talking about everything in the generals, Buddhism has made Thailand country remains any independent country from the beginning until now. Sorry. The base of the Buddhism is much more than we can say. If Buddhism is much more important like this, everyone should help each other to protect and supporting our developed religions forever. Okay, let us know a little history of the Buddha. The Buddhism is the Western term for the teaching of the Buddha or the religions practiced by the Buddha in the East. It is known as the Buddha Sasana. Buddha Sasana. This is the East. Each word talk like this. Buddha Sasana. Buddha is not a name, it is a title, meaning the enlightenment one or the awakened one. Not name for a person. The Buddha, his personal name was Siddhartha, and his clan name was Gautama. Then he was sometime called Siddhartha Gautama. Few people, however, now make use of this name. They simply call him the Buddha or Gautama the Buddha. The Buddha lived 25 centuries ago in the North India. He was born a prince of the Sakya kingdom, which was located at the foot of Himalaya mountain or Everest mountain. His father, who was the king ruling over the Sakya, was called Sutotana. The queen, who was the princess mother, was called Maya. As a prince, he grew up in the midst of the luxury, led the happy lives of the privileged, youth and malice Princess Yasodhara, his beautiful cousin, who bore him a son, Rahula. The princely luxurious life, however, could not choose the year of a wise and thoughtful person like him from the realities of life. Thus, in spite of his father's efforts to keep his mind attached to the world and satisfied with the enjoyment of the sensual pleasure, which in the palace state, he became aware of the dark side of life, the sorrow of his fellow being, and the fleeting nature of unworldly things. This happened for the first time when he took serious ride in the streets of his father, his capital, Kapilavastu, this name of the city, Kapilavastu, and Thailand called Kapilaphat. Kapilavastu, when he saw 4 sides with antlers, his whole life, the first 3 of them, a man fever with old age, another one with a grievous disease, and a corpse. Find him with a longing, who finds some way to help his fellow men and to discover the true meaning of life. The 4th sign, a monk gave him a hope of a possibility of the learning about truth and finding a way out of the suffering. Then at the age of 79, Prince Siddhartha left his father, a priest left his dearly loving wife and newborn son, and led the lives of a wandering ascetic, devoting himself to the finding some way of overcoming suffering. First of all, he went to foremost Brahmin ascetics. He taught him the highest strength of the yoga mystic practice. Unsatisfied with that teacher, he went to the practice self-modification until he realized that such practices were foolish and useless. 6 years of experiment in the forest led him to the conclusion that the well-worn paths of yoga and asceticism did not lead to wisdom. He then gave up this practice and went on his own way, applying the reflective thought of the conscious meditation to the original simple lines of the modulation at the full moon of May, 45 years before the Buddhist era, while sitting under the Bodhi tree at the Gaya, or Buddha Gaya now the people call like this. He found his answer and attained the enlightenment, the great man. He found his answer and attained the enlightenment, the great man now known as the Buddha, went first from the Kaya to Saranath, and the people in Thailand or India called Buddha Gaya at Saranath near Benares, where he gave his first sermon in Deer Park. In the Deer Park, this easy Patana Mikataya 1. And Deer Park. From then, through the remaining 45 years of his life, he went from the place to the place teaching his discoveries to all who would like to listen to him, and organizing his followers who united the world to form the Sangha. Sangha, this means to the monk. At last, at the age of the 80, and in the year 543 BC, the Buddha fell in while on his way to the Kusinala, capital of the Mala state. Even in the face of death, his mind moves towards other. He told Ananda, his faithful attendant, to console Janta and the poor blacksmith from whose house the Buddha ate his large meal with indefatigable purpose, that his food offering was of grapefruit and millet, and that he should not blame himself for the food on his breast under two san trees. Two san trees in the Sala. This name of the tree, Sala. Two san trees in the Sala groves. Sala groves of the Malas. He explained to his disciples that they would not be left without a teacher for the doctrine and discipline. I have trust you that send be your teacher when I am gone. And his last word were, beyond now months I explored your subject to decay on compounding things. Work out your salvation with diligence. So it is now more than 2,500 years since the passing away of the Buddha. The Dharma he taught remains our teacher. After himself, namely is the 2,500 years since the passing away of the Buddha. The Dharma he taught remains our teacher. After himself, name is the Sangha, which consists of the follower who started practice and dismissed the Dhamma, has received this trust of life from the structurer himself, and the chalice is on and on to us throughout lands and centuries. The three of them, the Buddha, the Father, the Dharma, the teachings and the Sangha. The order of this given from the Tripan game, which on Buddhists value the base of all precious things and the threefold refuse, which guide them on the path of the true good life. Each year on the Visakha full moon, throughout the world's millions of men and women gather together to come memorialize the birth, enlightenment, and hardships away of this great man. This very, very important day in the Visakha full moon. This maybe some year in the May, half May or half June, some year, not exactly. The birth remind them of the fact that a man, by training himself through his own efforts and intelligence, can achieve supreme attainment, even to be Buddha, the enlightenment. That's only through the discovery of the Buddha did he tireless Dharma become known to the world, and the hardship away. That so the Buddha as a person was gone, the life of the tireless Dharma will still be kept, since goes so long as there is a Sangha, a community of the righteous followers to the carry on the cross by the treating the path of self-enlightenment themselves and having others toward the same goal. Okay. Let us know basics teachings of the Buddhism. The main idea of Buddhism and are contained in the statement known as the Four Noble Truths and the Middle Way, which the Buddha proclaims in his first sermon at the Deer Park near Benares in the first year of his ministry. The Four Noble Truths. 1. The Noble Truths of suffering. This truth deals on the problem of life. The problem of life, this means to dukkha, Pali called dukkha, and English suffering, I think. This is the Noble Truth, the first of Noble Truth, has been to suffering. This truth deals on the problem of life, as represented by birth, old age, disease, and death, including sorrow, and frustration of every kind. Obviously, these things are unsatisfactory, and people try their best to avoid them and to be free of them. However, not only this, but on condition, things can be unsatisfactory, as they are transcends, conflicting, and phenomena lacking and underlying, enduring substance, and can cause sorrow and frustrations to anyone who ignorantly clings to them. For those who want to avoid and to be free from suffering, this truth teach that arise attitudes. The attitudes of knowledge and wisdom must be maintained towards all things. One must learn to know things as they are. The unsatisfactory facts of life must be the observance, locate, and comprehend. Beyond this, one has to proceed to other steps set forth in the other truth. In short, the first noble truth teaches of the problem and problematic situation which are to be observed, located, and comprehended. 2. The noble truth of the origins of the suffering, origins of the suffering, or the cause of suffering. In this truth, the Buddha explains and explains how suffering arises through various causes and conditions. This second truth includes the proposed law of the cause and effect, called the practice. Pali language called the Paticcasamuppada. Paticcasamuppada, or the dependent origination, the practical part of which is the well-known law of the karma. In short, the second truth teaches that all kinds of suffering have their origins in the craving or selfish desire loose in ignorance. Not knowing things as they are, or being ignorant of their true nature, people keep up and slavishly cling to things. Through this process, they develop three kinds of the craving for sensual pleasure, craving for existence, and craving for self-annihilation. Through as satisfy these style or through inadequate response, they experience sorrow and frustration. Through the three kinds of the craving, they also perform various evil actions which the body, speech, and mind, which results in the suffering both of themselves and others, and whereby others even are causes to grow. To put it simply, to take a noble truth, in which the explanation of the origins of the problems by way of the causality is points out the cause of the problem which one has to destroy it. The good life is to be experienced. The noble truths, the three noble truths, the extinctions of the suffering, or Nirodha, Pali called Nirodha. This is a Pali language for the Buddhists, for the Indian people 2,500 years ago. Called Nirodha and Pali, the four noble truths of the extinction of suffering. These three truths, in which the Quran of the Buddhist endeavor, it tells us that when ignorance is completely destroyed through knowledge, and when craving or selfish desire is eradicated and replaced by the light attitudes of love and wisdom, nirvana, the state of perfect peace, absence of defilement, and freedom from suffering, will be released for those who have not completely destroyed ignorance and craving. The more ignorance and craving are diminished, the less suffering will become, the more the life is guided by love and wisdom, by knowledge and compassion. The more their life will become productive of happiness and welfare, both of themselves and others. The third noble truth serves as a prediction, a hope, and an urge for the striving of the follower. For the noble truths of the path leading to the explanation of suffering, this truth defines the Buddhist way of the life and contains on the ethical teaching and practice of Buddhism is provided the way and mean to attain the Quran as says for in the third truth. This way is called the Noble Eightfold Path, as it consists of 8 factors, namely 1. View, right view or right understanding. This is the first one. 2. Right thought. 3. Right speaks. 4. Right action. 5. Right livelihood. Not mean to very least. 6. Right efforts. 7. Right mindfulness. 8. Right concentration. According to this fourth truth, a good life cannot be achieved only through the control of and mastery over external factor alone, be they natural or social environment. The external control must be combined with the internal control of man's own inner nature. This means the controls of internal factor according to the methods prescribed under this truth. This control is worked out by systematic training. The 8 factors of the past are therefore organized into a system called the threefold training of morality, completing the third, fourth, and fifth factor. Concentrations or through development, completing the 6th, 7th, and 8th factor, and wisdom. Consisting of the first and second factor. To put it in simple words, best practice are sometimes summed up in the 3 fundamental principles, namely 1. Not to do any evil. 1. Not to do any evil. 2. To cultivate good. 3. To purify the mind or purity, or make your mind to the purely. It is this noble path of 8 factors or threefold training that is called the middle way. That who follow is avoided through extremes of the sensual indulgence and self-mortification, and live a balanced life in which material welfare and spiritual well-being go hand in hand, run parallel, and are complementary to each other. Such is the Buddhist way of life, the way that is open to all regardless of caste, sex, and race. The Buddha proclaims equality of all men people. Are to be judged by actions or character, by what they think and do, not by birth or culture. Everyone lives what he chose according to the natural law of the cause and effect. There is no God who creates the world and control. Man is destiny. Man is his own master. The way is one of self-effort, free from pleasure and superstition. Man has the power to improve themselves and reach the highest goal of life through their own efforts. Even the Buddha does not claim to be a cause or the spheres. He discovers the path and shows it to the people. He guides and instructs them along the way, but they themselves must tread the path. People who have the progress started on the way choose in the same way guides and encourage others. They should be friends and help one another. For those who are treating the path of self-verification, the Buddha prescribes knowledge and wisdom as the key virtues. Wisdom is as usually developed by the method of critical reflection. This means a person has to learn to think, to investigate, and to understand things for himself. With this principle, I think to see, not to believe. Even the words in the scripture are to be studied in investigation, not to be really believed. Don't go by mere rule and tradition. Don't go by mere reasoning. Don't go merely because it is the master who said this. Don't go merely because it is said in the scripture X. But when you know for yourself, these things are not good, conducing to loss and sorrow, then reject them. When you know for yourself, these things are good, conducing to welfare and happiness, then follow them. For those who have progressed further on the path to guide and encourage others, and for those who are together on the path to help one another, the Buddha prescribed love, compassion, and good friendship. It is the whole, not the breadth of the baseline. This good friendship, this good companionship, this association with the good, whatever living being, there may be free ones or strong or long or short or medium, short, small or large, seen or unseen. Thus the dwelling far or near, those who are born and those who are just